What's up? For those who are in the chat, hold on. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm over getting the stream ready. We did it. If you refresh the new title, new title isn't out, but it's out now. Talk about what we did, where we at, and what's next. Talk a little bit about Evo, blah blah blah. Anyway, if you guys were wondering why you haven't heard from me in a while, it's because of Anime Con for the Valkyries, and then after that there was some post coverage. I've been in the boonies, man. Real talk, I got bodied by a lot of stuff. I'm out here just trying to survive. Bodied by a lot of stuff. Oh, that ran back. Sorry about that. Let me get the stream. Let me send this out to a couple of people. You're using this, right? See something. Go in the general chat just in case. I'm waiting for some heads to come through. I'm in the general chat right now. Okay. Dragon, where you at? Oh, you already seen that. I'm gonna hit up Zamosa. The Shark. I got the camera on, guys. Don't worry, you'll see me soon. I think that's about everybody I can get right now. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Just hit 1 in the chat if you can hear me. I got a video to give you guys. A little video to give you guys mute this. I want to get some views on it, so I'll be sharing it through this chat. Tomorrow I'll be streaming earlier in the daytime because then in the evening now I'll be streaming. Okay, that's pinned. Probably should have, while I was working in the background, probably should have just came online. Mocats, what's going on? Let me grab a quick drink, Mocats. I'll be right back. Where's Danny, by the way? He messaged me. Let me give him a call. I wonder if he's playing the game or is he sleeping?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, sorry. I'm just replying back to you. I saw your message. I'm streaming right now. I'm in the general chat, so just I messaged you, but I didn't hear anything back from you, so I'm just buzzing you to let you know. So I'll be in the general chat if you need me or anything. Text me if you want to hit some private. Huh?
Yeah, I'll talk to you in general chat.
Alright, see you in a bit. So it's official. We're gonna do a collaboration with Anime Yado because yeah, it's the it's the best option to do for now. Y'all still have anime con fatigue. I wouldn't call it anime con fatigue, Mocats. We are just. Oh wait, crap! You guys can't even see me. Sorry. Oh, it looked like the shit was frozen. What to say? Oh crap! No game. No game. No, we just gonna go back here, guys. We just gonna keep it 100 rip. Keep it on the mic right here. It's not fatigue. It's just recovery. It's really a recovery thing. AnimeCon took a lot out of us financially, but thanks to all those who donated and support, we didn't even make the goal, but I found a way to make things work, and who didn't get paid. I had to wait 2 weeks after, then they got paid. I'm still outstanding, waiting on a particular sponsor to finish the, paying us so that we can pay off other bills. And then we got the internet that's gonna go out on Friday, and my $5 goes out tomorrow. I make sure I pay the light, need the power no matter what. But it's just we gotta do that, and then we gotta still keep shit running. This weekend, Digicel is having an event at their headquarters. It's a gaming event. The Valkyries got a formal invite to go. I almost just died a moment ago. I literally almost just died a moment ago.
Why is it?
For a good 5 seconds, I felt like just not living. Like I felt like there was literally no energy in my body. I was just gonna just die. And I'm not talking about being tired and like falling asleep. Like just like I felt like I almost lost my life force.
Right. And here.
What's going on, Sean?
Yes.
Like someone was draining your life force. Yeah. Basil.
So what's going on? Everything's taken care of today?
Hasari said she's gonna come tomorrow because she was busy doing something today. Dana came and picked up her pay.
What's the first? Okay.
Well, she said she'll come tomorrow. She wanted to come and stream and pick up, but I told her I'm running on literal fumes. So like she just has to come pick up pay and go home. Wouldn't even be able to pay for them to even go home. Like Dana came pick up, but she had to take her own taxi home. Basil, are you okay, Triforce? Got a ton of things on my mind.
I think everybody else needs to chill to
This week I'm canceling Infinite Gelato because we got no funds for that. Digicel is holding an event at their headquarters on Saturday. They send a formal invite to Nile. It's free. And I don't know if for network purposes, if it would be wise to go or not. The other thing is that Saturday, Give Me the Win is what we had planned for him to come over and make checks on the PC. Now the thing I don't know is like both are equally important. Maybe I can have Give Me the Win come through on Sunday in the daytime, since we're canceling Infinite Gelato. Have him come over in the evening, not in the morning, and we could just check on it Sunday. Niall's birthday is next week, so I'm gonna try to like stream and just see if we can just do something small for her birthday. Because like this event was like financially and life force draining. What's been going on with you?
For me? Asking me?
Yeah.
Oh. Even though I was supposed to be recovery, I'm still pulling through, because no one else can do it. I don't know if you can do it, but I'm not sure if you can do it.
I know the feeling.
At least I have more.
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have streamed. Maybe I actually should have just gone to sleep and then stream in the daytime. But I wanted to come on and get a couple of people to come on and talk to her for a little bit and give them the whole rundown of like what happened, Anime Com, what's next for the Valkyries. So this week we have to get the computer fixed, and I think I'm just gonna go to Digicel. Next week, Saturday. Next week, Saturday. Let me show you guys some stuff here. I'll copy and paste this back into the room. There is an event by one of the anime community organizations in Jamaica called Einherjar, and they're having a beach getaway. And we have a word. Somebody donated.
Solar Radio has donated $25. Get some rest early tonight. Triforce glad Anime Con was a success.
Oh, big shout outs to Noah. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Solar Radio. Yeah, it was a success.
Yeah, it was a success, but I'm gonna stream. I'm still gonna put in at least an hour and a half, at the very least. I can come back and stream in the morning, like when I have some games. Nal is on the Switch right now, so she's playing Animal Crossing. So yeah. In fact, no, I'm gonna put that towards Nal's birthday present. So see, like If you look at it, it says Empress Now's birthday weekend, which is next week. So actually, I'm gonna send you something, Rashawn. It's a reminder to something, and I want to see. Just let me know yes or no if you can do that. Well, here it is. Hold on. Um, uh, just let me know nay or yay. Oh, big shout outs to Noah. No, thanks Noah. Boss up. Well, yeah, the next 2 months is just going to be recovery mode after the Digicel event and the Otaku Heat beach party. The good thing about the beach party is that since it's a collaboration, the Valkyries don't have to pay anything. They're gonna get the Valkyries up there and feed them, so it's gonna be no money on my end. But the following day is Nal's birthday, so I'm gonna try to raise some money so she can do something for her birthday. Wasn't much. She literally just worked.
Yeah, so basically I can do what you're talking about. So maybe I get overtime so it can be much so it can be easier, much easier on me, but even if I don't do everything, I can do it.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna text you something.
Solar Radio has donated $25. Oh, Niall's birthday in August? Happy early birthday, Niall.
What are you going now?
Oh, thank you, though.
She said she's over here making up this stupid face. Stop that.
Thank you.
She said thank you, Noah.
Okay, no problem.
And wait, watch this. Hold on. Uh,
Okay. Alright, no problem.
all right, thanks. Thanks.
I will move on.
Hmm?
I will move on.
All right, thanks. The next all the way until October. So like after next week, we're just gonna take a 6-week break. That doesn't mean we're not gonna stream. I'll still stream. Now we'll still stream. In fact, we're coming up with this podcast. It's not Real Waifu Hours. Real Waifu Hours will start when Jagan gets down here. but it's going to be another side podcast, more on a different level at Infinity Gelato. But we're just going to keep everything basic for 6 weeks, so everybody can recover and take the strain off of people until in October, and then we get our grind on and start preparing for the end of the year event. That's when you come down, and Talanya, Jagan will already be here, etc., etc. But we need a break because that convention was a kick in the balls, man. That shit was nuts. No pun intended. Hold on.
I mean, it was a kick in the balls for y'all, but me, I was only using 50% of my full power.
Oh, you're stupid. Man, I tell you, like, I gotta stay in the house unless I'm moving around for something massively important. And if I do move around for something massively important, it's gonna have to be mass transportation. Because today we had to go to the bank, right, and open up an account for Nile. Remember how we was talking to the I don't want to say any names because I ain't trying to put people's business out there. He's trying to get a bank sponsorship to help the Valkyries with their phase 2 plan. And it was like, all right, so I got the connect from the bank, and it's like, go and meet the person from the bank. We got up 6:30 this morning, and what makes me mad is that I spent $7,500 fucking dollars, and that's all I had. I don't want to talk about like the numbers, but like, I didn't have much to spend, but it was like, yo, we're going to this bank and we're going to talk to this lady and we're going to set up something so that we can get that future sponsorship, which is worth it. So, but when we went there, she was like, well, you're going to need this paperwork and that paperwork and blah, blah. And she wasn't even really listening to me. I was trying to pitch the proposal to her, and she heard some of the stuff I was talking about was really about her cousin, or actually it would be a nephew. And then she just pushed us off to this lady, and all that ended up happening is now opening up her an account for herself. So in the future sponsorships, things will go in her name. And I was kind of tight about that because we didn't have the money to spend. And it's like, we did all of that, wake up early in the morning, go all the way down there, spend all that money because we had to take a charter to go there to get there on time. When we got there, she came there an hour and a half late. We slept in the bank. I'm like, buy lunch, then buy dinner, then got back home. I was so mad because I'm like, yo, we don't have that money. So like, what Noah just did, just literally replenished what we didn't even have, so we can survive a little bit longer. But the good news is it opened up an account. We got a rapport. We set up a little relationship with the bank. I got a card. I can contact her directly now. And she says it's going to take some time, but this is good because we have to start somewhere. So we'll have something in the in the works later on. So that's like future work. But we could have stayed in Spanish Town and just call her and set up her account. We could have just walked to the nearest bank here. She could have set up an account. I could have saved money. It's literally a waste of money. Literally. I was so mad. Because when you're talking to a bank to get a business sponsorship grant, so to speak, you have to meet the person in person, and you have to make your proposal and sales pitch in person. Sending an email with the proposal or whatever is not as effective as meeting the person. But the person was under the wrong impression. The bank representative thought we were just there to open up an account. And I'm like, wait, what? No. So that's what was annoying about it. But even though we just opened an account, we still talk to the person and let them know that that were talking with their nephew, and we're working with their nephew. We're doing some collaborations. We even showed some of the stuff that we've already done. So because she sees that we're doing work with her nephew, she's gonna make some moves and stuff like that to kind of help. So that's what that is. Wait, he says, also I was always if you meant that. Yeah, that's what I meant. One second, I'm typing something. Woo. Let's see something. I haven't heard from MC Central in a while. K Ninja hasn't come back.
My screen last weekend just gone, so
I haven't heard from him. I haven't heard from him since. Let me see something. Mocat says, you need some sugar. Nah, I don't need sugar. That's the last thing I need. I need to get the fuck off sugar. That's what I really need to do. Wait, what's the question? I was delayed. When y'all gonna do the fundraiser for the Emperor's Chariot, aka car? Never. I'm not interested in driving or anything like that. I don't care. Maybe when the Empress gets like 26 next year's birthday, y'all want to start saving for the Empress's Chariot, y'all can. I am not interested in driving. No more taxis gonna save you up. No, buying a car does not save you money in the long run. You done lost your mind. It's the same shit, B. Public transportation is the cheapest form of transportation you can ever take. It's just that you got to deal with stupid drivers and just being what's the word for this? Uncomfortable. I guess that's the word for it. Just being around other people. That's the cheapest it is. The only reason why we had to take the chariot to get to the bank is the chariot. Oh my god, this guy got me calling shit chariots. Charter. The only reason why I had to take the charter to the bank is because we wanted to make sure that we were early and on time to the bank. And in the morning, going from Spanish Town to Kingston in the morning is death. If you're not in a taxi around 6:30, the latest, and you're trying to leave Spanish Town, you're fucked, because it's a 2-hour traffic delay because everyone is leaving to go to work. That's the problem. So we had to jump in a charter, and then I had to pay toll to get out of Spanish Town. So it was just expensive. Coming back, we jumped in a route taxi to a halfway tree, and then jumped into a route taxi to Spanish Town. So it wasn't as much. So we only paid like $1,000 to come back, but we had to pay like $2,700 to go forward. Not to mention we had to buy food, breakfast. We sat in that damn bank for an hour. I slept in the bank. By the time we was done, we got to the bank at 8:40 something. She wasn't there, so we said, all right, let's go grab some food. We went. The only place that was available to go buy food to eat was Subway, so we bought 2 egg sandwiches. We ate. We came back around like 9:10. And we asked if she was there. No, she's not there. And we said, can we wait? Yes, they put us. We sat down. We waited. I went to sleep. At 10:49, she showed up. Like, that's crazy. Then we spoke to her for about a half an hour. Then around 11:30, she gave us off to this other lady, which then took another hour. By the time everything was done, we left the bank at 1 o'clock. We were hungry. Then we got something to eat. We got some cheap Chinese food. And then after that, we had to jump back in the taxi, and then we had to get home. Then the kids, and then she had to bathe the kids, and I had to go and grab some juice and water. Let's see. Done. And then that was it. Then I was over here doing this promotion here, which I'm trying to get you guys to watch. This is the Einherjar beach trip. Forever Summer we're going to be doing with the Valkyries next week. We're trying to bring Gabby. Well, Gabby says she's going to come. So the new Valkyrie is going to come. There's this new light-skinned Spanish-like Valkyrie. She joined yesterday. So we're trying to get her to go. Dana, Alethea, Rhea, possibly Hasari. I got to see Apple. So we got to figure out how this is going to work. And we're trying to get help them promote to get them to get sales for people to go. And we leave at 9 o'clock in the morning, which chances are we probably gonna have to sleep over at Rayon's house. Like go to Rayon's house Friday night, sleep over, depending on if they have space. If not, we'll have to get up dumb early Saturday morning, which we can do either way. It's not that big of a deal. Hold on, I got some DMs. Okay. See that? Oh, hold on for a second. Week-long trip, man. What the fuck? What's going on? Oh man, just a lot of things going on. Actually, I'm gonna click this link myself just so I can have it. Wait, no, I didn't mean that. Stop it. Damn it, oh, it already went. Go back. Alright, open link in another tab. That's what I meant to do. How many views this have? 31 views. Did you see the new Forever Summer video, Dragon?
Yeah, I saw it.
What's your thoughts on it?
It's pretty good.
So, if anyone complain,
At first I didn't see it. I didn't understand the context of it, but I realized,
for Anime Yado, exactly. But now, let me ask you a question. Why do people accept the anime fan service, but not the real fan service? I'm waiting for someone to complain so I can say, but wait a minute, it's the same thing, just one is animated and the other one's 3D. Why? I don't get it. Talk to me. Like, explain this to me. Someone make it make sense.
well, from what I've been seeing here, because of the whole fact that see, it's kind of a multi-layered thing. Can't see what it's like a multi-layered thing. The first reason is probably due to the fact that at this generation of like men in particular really don't find real women desirable.
No, they find women desirable. They just don't find
No.
real.
I'm talking about real women desirable, like
Oh.
real women of your preference.
Why is that?
Now with the anime fan service, it is unacceptable because these men are pretty much, I don't want to say desperate,
can't tell him no. Whoa. See, that's how tired I am. I yawned and I started drooling. Don't worry, I'll make it. It's 41 minutes. I got a whole 40 minutes left. So I'll make it. Then tomorrow I'm gonna come on. We got a lot of supplies. So I should use a street. Well, no, I'll wait till tomorrow. Oh, no, I'll do it twice. Like, now our supercomputer's up. We have an Asus monitor by Stated and the computer by Stated. The problem with the computer is try to plug it up and make it work. It's not working. So we're figuring it's just a plug issue. We'll try to sort that out. What else did we get new?
What's the problem with the computer now?
It's not turning on. But there's no damage. I just think there's something I'm not doing right. It's got to be. It's just something I'm not doing right. Maybe I didn't plug it in. Maybe I didn't turn on the power switch when I plugged it in. Who knows? I just don't want to jinx myself and break the shit. I'm not stupid or computer illiterate. It's just this week my mind has just been like, it's just been gif. That's where I've been at right now.
You don't want Murphy's Law to fuck you. That's
Exactly. So I'm just leaving that shit alone. Where are we? Let me go to number 5. Nah, I'll do that later. I'm gonna make some new edits. I'm gonna go to Streamlabs for the Valkyries. I'm gonna delete all of the donation gifts and start up with some new ones, like the newer stuff. You gotta get some new shit in there. But I want to thank everybody for supporting us and show you something that Zamosa got for us. I got Stated got us a new Corsair headset, brand new, so that's good. We have the blue grenade. The only problem with this grenade is that it's terrible. Even with this on, it picks up the wind. But this snowball does better. I don't get it. This is a blue grenade and a blue snowball, but the snowball does better than the grenade. How? The world may never know. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I just think it just has better noise cancellation altogether. I don't even like putting the shit on the floor, but I don't like putting it up here because it blocks the fan. Underneath my laptop is a little fan thing that Stated got us, so that's good. We brought down Nile a bag of goodies, socks, t-shirts, so you'll see her in a bunch of like Black Panther and Rick and Morty, Animal Crossing, and anime socks. So that's a good thing. A lot of things, and he didn't just bring stuff down for Nile. He also brought stuff down for. He got stuff for Robin, Alethea, Dana, Hasari, Rhea. He gave Rhea a bunch of stuff too. So that was good. Stated held it down. You know, let me put this back over here. I think I'm gonna do a detox. I'm gonna go on a liquid diet for a week. Just drink some fruit juices and water, and probably like eat grains. If Raisin Brand Robin says, just make damn sure Khalil don't go in your room. Nah, we found out what happened to the internet. While we weren't here, he did something with the what's the name of this thing here? The fiber optic wire. That damaged the wire, because when they came in and tested the wire, they put a thing on the wire and the whole wire lights up and it shows you wherever there's a red glowing thing, that's where something snapped. So while we weren't here, someone damaged the fiber optic cord. I was so mad. So we lost all that. I'm just, see, shit like that. Shit like that. So I was just upset about that. But yeah. So that was that got destroyed. But they came in to change the wire, and we just changed the password to get them off the internet. It's crazy. Like, whenever I leave now the house, I have to plug out the Asus TV because I wanted to test him. So I plugged out the Asus TV, and the way I set up the table now, the Just Dance, there's a Just Dance camera. Let me show you. Right? Number 4. Let's see this. Oh crap! That's the wrong camera. What the hell? All right, let me go on to number 5. Maybe number 5 is it? Yeah, it is number 5. So boom, that camera right there, this camera right here, right? I lined it up symmetrically. The boxes that it's on, I've lined them all up symmetrically. And I took the TV and I put the TV to touch the box after I plugged out the power cord. So the reason why I did that is because in order for him to come in and use the television, he has to look to see if the power cord's there, because he's going to try to put his hand. There's no remote for the Asus TV. You have to press the power button. So I know he's going to look at that. All right, there go the power button. He's going to move it. Now, I'm a very anal retentive person, so I can set something. It's like a booby trap. I'll be like, okay, line this 1 centimeter off, and I'll count the 1 centimeter, and I'll leave it there, and then I'll walk away, and I'll come back and I'll remeasure what I left it as. And if it's moved, who was here? What do you mean? No one's here. Then I'm like, do I look like I'm fucking stupid? Who was here? Who moved this? Nobody moved it. What are you talking about? I'm like, bro, I set the shit 1 centimeter apart from it. I know what I sent it. It's a whole 2 inches off. Someone moved it. Nah, man, what are you talking about? So that's what I did with the TV. And when I came back, the boxes were not lined up. One box was like this, and the other box was like, and then the camera was slightly turned. Let me show you. The camera was, wait, where is it? So normally I would line the camera up like this, right? So you see how it's symmetrically lined up? It is right on the edge of the green screen in the background. When I came back, it was like this. So when I came and I turned it on and I looked, I was like, someone moved the camera. He's like, nah, I didn't come in the room and test it. Like, I'm stupid. So I'm like, it's shit like that. Shit like that. Note, until he keeps Nile with chores, he can't go in your room for real. How old is he? He's 14. Yeah, on nah. Until he washes his own dishes, he can't use the PS4. The problem with that Mocats is that's his PS4. Yeah. It's alright though, but I just told him, yo, you're done, B. He broke his own television. Shit is crazy. He broke his own television. Like literally, Robin was here, and we took all of the furniture out to bring it to AnimeCon, right? And we left the TV. I said we will be back tomorrow for the television. So this is Wednesday when we're leaving, right? We're like, we'll be back tomorrow Thursday to pick up the TV. So Friday we can go and set up the booth early, right? So we left the television, right? That was Wednesday night. Friday morning we got a call. No, it wasn't Friday morning. No, it's Thursday. We got a call. Triforce, yeah, what happened? Is there something wrong with the TV? What do you mean? It's on the wall. Like, remember, you guys.
Perfect.
All right, no problem. Remember, you guys donated money to fix the television? So I'm like, what's wrong? So they sent us a video of them trying to turn on the TV. The TV's broken. I'm like, yo, we wasn't even gone a full day. We left last night. It's Thursday afternoon. Like, we leave, the TV's broken. So then we had to run the competitions off of the one Asus monitor Jay Stated brought down. It's a lot of dumb shit. And then now he's like, can you fix the TV? I'm like, with what money? So that shit gonna stay broken. That's what that shit's gonna do until I re-up. I ain't got no excess money for none of that shit. We just paid 36 grand for the light bill just to keep the lights on. Yeah, Robin, like, yeah, he broke the TV like the day we left. That's crazy. So now we have to run our entire booth off of one monitor. We made it happen though. Thank God color switch is on tablet. But like the 1-2 switch, we were supposed to run the 1-2 switch parallel with Just Dance. 1-2 switch ended up being run after the Just Dance finals on Sunday as the last competition of the night, which was fun. Anybody watched the stream for that, you'll see that the grand finals was Hasari and Dana in quick draw. It was actually a good grand finals though. I'm not gonna front. So it was pretty like intense, but it was a good event. It was a great showing for the Valkyries. Robin and Niall did their the panel. That was very good. Wow, we didn't send Jorge remember he said send him the thing. Can't believe we forgot to send him this. Let me go send it to him. Yeah, just realized that. Guys, 1 second. Just realized something that forgot to do. I found it. I'm gonna do it right now. Okay, let me find him on Facebook. Make it easy. I don't feel like pulling up his email. Here is the Valkyries of Arcadia panel at AnimeCon. Tomorrow now is gonna be on providing she doesn't get hit with the Demon Slayer blood the blood omen. She'll be doing some Just Dance. She'll be raising money for her birthday for next week. So if you look at the Valkyrie event thing, it's nothing like 1,500 or 2,000. I'm gonna try to do something for like 500, like rent a retreat and get all the Valkyries there, including the new ones. So get the new girls to come over and whatnot. So feel free to support that, guys. The fundings will obviously go to her birthday. Obviously, it's going to be streamed and whatnot. But now that we've gotten past phase 1, phase 2 is going to be the hardest shit to do because we have to. Here's where. Colin Markson. Hey, EMP, quick question. How many Guinness World Records awards do you have in total? And have you been Now, have you been awarded for your overall accomplishments in the past decades? Um, we have about, okay, I have 10. Me, Todd has 2, but those are in limbo. So 11. It's supposed to be about 12. We have about 12 with 2 in redaction. And it's not redaction in what's the word when, like, let's say you set a record and then for some reason you did something or whatever and then they take it away from you. I forgot the word for it. Huh? It's not demoted. Something like that, but it's the wrong word. Come on, someone help me out with this word. With 2 suspended. Long story. Won't get into it. And he says, and have you been awarded for your overall accomplishment? Yes, we've been awarded by Guinness for our overall accomplishment. Wait, what? Oh. Alright, so we answered that. Reneged. Oh, we could have used reneged. Definitely could have used reneged. Oh, man. Damn. Huh? Well, as long as you don't pass the green, you're good. One of the guys in the Discord got COVID, and he's good, but he couldn't. He got it during his birthday. Couldn't do shit. Stayed in his house, so that sucks. Meatballs. Let me see this thing here. Let me go to YouTube blank. No. Okay, let me see something. That's here, right? So Let me go here. What is he saying? Let me put this on something that's where can I? No. Is there anything I can put this shit on? I guess I can keep it there. So let's fix this. Let's go here. Is this the browser window? That's YouTube, but I want TikTok. There we go. Alright. I'll leave this on here for a second, guys. So yeah. So I want to show you guys this this thing here. I've turned off the music so you guys can't hear it. But this is the beach event that now will be going to with the Valkyries next week Saturday to celebrate a birthday. It's pre-birthday celebration because the following day is their actual birthday, and depending on whether I can clear these bills or not, and any excess money will determine how we celebrate her birthday. If we get enough support and we make a $500 goal, which that would be able to then clear the rent. Well, no, rent's already cleared. I mean the 2 internets, leave enough food for us or whatever, then we can go to like Karan's place. We can rent the Airbnb for one night, one day. So after the pool, we'll go and rent it for one day, move in or whatever the case may be, and we'll invite all the Valkyries over. So 3 of the new Valkyries in Taroxy, Gabby and Tony, along with Dana, Hasari, Apple, Alethea. Well, Alethea's literally 2 buildings next door, so she can come anytime. And Rhea, so it'll be a full house with the Valkyries. We'll even ask if what's this girl's name? Ali wants to come. I'll even give Abby a shot. Hey, Abby, you want to come through again? See if she's available. Rashida is in Jamaica, so that's a no-go. But well, not Jamaica. She's in New York. I mean, I said she's in Jamaica. She's in New York. But yeah, so I made this video because the event is not our event. It's Anime Yado's event, and they're having, it's called Otaku Heat, which is it's a beach getaway where all the girls can come out and go into the water and be cool and blah blah blah, and they're gonna be wearing their swimsuits and their fan service and stuff. So I'm like, okay, if the girls are gonna come on, they're gonna be in their fan service, I'm gonna make a Forever Summer video. Now you know how like some dudes be complaining, like, oh my goodness, look at these girls, why are they looking like this and shaking their ass and their titties and blah 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 and whatever. So I'm like, okay, let's call a spade, right? So as you can see here, there are 2. Doggy, shut up, or I'm gonna shut you up. So as you can see, right, the fan service is 2D and 3D. So the question here is, do we accept the 2D fan service? And these are not hentais, by the way. These are from PG-13 animes. High School of the Dead, Bleach, Naruto, right? So this is some recognizable anime that has debuted on television in Japan and syndicated in America, whether on the Cartoon Network or Crunchyroll or whatever, right? You can find this anime and it's you can watch it. It's normal for everybody. So if everyone can accept that anime, then if you look at the promo here, right, it's just 2D anime waifus versus 3D anime waifus. Why is the 2D accepted but the 3D isn't? This is the perplexing question of the century. I need somebody to answer that for me. I like to have a discussion in depth tomorrow. This is we're gonna focus on this. Tomorrow we're gonna focus on this. Make a whole thing about it. 2D versus 3D. What is the problem here? I want to know. I'm gonna leave it right here, so just keep running. And for those who are lurking in the background and they're being bothered by this, get bothered. Be bothered. See, look, she's the anime character's twerking, and Empress is twerking. But people will look at him like, oh my goodness, the Empress is twerking. Has she no shame? But like the anime character's doing it too. So what's I don't get it. I don't get it. See, naggles, beach bodies, naggles, girls, naggles, more naggles, super naggles, naggles. So see, look at all this fan service happening, right? Does anyone say anything? No. Ultra naggles, 3D naggles, 2D naggles, 2D naggles, 3D naggles, 2D naggles, 3D naggles, cakes, naggles, cakes, cake, chocolate cake. So the question begs, why is it okay for 2D but it's not okay for 3D? Naggles. Hold on, let me see something. Raya got the Rona. Yeah, she got the virus, but she passed it already. Have you ever seen a 3D anime? Yeah, I hang around the Valkyries all the time. Let me ask him something. It's just... I'll wait for him to ask you. Where's Zems? Rashawn, stay right here for a second. I'm calling Zemosa. I asked him to come in the room. Whoa. Yeah, after that stream, I'm like, okay, these dudes don't like 3D. It's ingrained into their heads. Yeah, it's sad that it is ingrained into their heads to not like 3D. Like visually, I don't see. There's no problem between 2D and 3D. I just think it's crazy someone will like 3D and then what's the word for this? And disregard 3D. You know, they'll love 2D but disregard 3D. That's like just, that in itself is just nuts. Like, how can you disregard the real shit for something fake? No, I don't know. These guys need help. A lot of these guys, they need help in a serious manner. I'm not talking about like, I'm not trying to belittle people. Hold on, the issue here is that a lot of these guys have never, they don't get the opportunity to sit down with somebody that they're cool with and discuss their perspectives in life, which I think is something greatly needed amongst a lot of people. They need to really sit down and have a discussion openly about like their lives, what's going on in their actual lives. I'm really mad that I spent so much money today, man. Like in hindsight, when I look at this, like, we didn't go anywhere and I didn't spend. And I could have stayed home for. I could have stayed home. I could have stayed home and sent an email or called the person. Yeah, I need to not do that. I need to not beat myself up with this.
Just gotta keep moving forward.
Well, I ain't going nowhere for the next 2 days, I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna sit my black ass right here. I ain't going nowhere. Just gonna sit here and do nothing for the next 2 days. Saturday, I'm gonna see if Rion can come and pick us up. Come here in the morning, try to work on the computer, and then at 1 o'clock we head over to Digicel. At 2, and then stay there for whatever event, and then after that leave, and then go back to his house. Make sure I carry a grind with me, because we could just take a taxi back home. Call a policeman. He'll take us back home for a grind. I would call that a Saturday. Sunday, we cancel it in for the gelato. We just chill, and then we just grind on Monday and stuff like that. We got, like I said, I got a bunch of new stuff coming up. A bunch of new stuff. Woo. What time is it? 1:14. Got 15 minutes to spare. No, I'm looking at the stream OBS timer. How long I've been on? I've been on for an hour and 14 minutes. And most of these take on 7. I wish y'all could pause some of the hectic shit going on in our life. It's like, all right, guys, breathe. So give us like a whole week to just breathe.
Well, you know what it's y'all help
Help themselves. Yeah.
If we can make time to breathe, then we just have to do so.
True indeed. True indeed.
That's why I'm just grinding and working. I have no time to be complaining about shit.
Well, that's always a good thing to
And when I see people complain about it, I'm like, you serious? Especially when they're getting paid. You're like, you guys like getting paid.
You know, I somehow wonder.
Yeah, the good people are too focused on trying to get a lifestyle they're not going to be able to get unless you do this damn country.
You know what? low key has me subconsciously nervous that I actually don't have a job. And the content that we create on YouTube is literally what keeps me alive. That's crazy. I actually know how Edeka felt when he got rid of his channel. For like 2 weeks he had no channel and whatnot. And he had no money to his name, and he had to ask somebody, can they send him $20 so he can buy an egg sandwich? And people started shitting on him. I'm like, that's crazy.
Oh, I remember that.
Man was asking for food and people started attacking him. Just wild times, man. Hold on.
Yeah, when I saw that she was that info, I was like, you know what? I gotta do something for myself, and I'm trying to rely on anybody. Yeah, the stupid monster. Your mom's a whore. Anyway, as I was saying, so yeah.
Damn, dude's getting their moms called out.
Yeah, so basically I have to like stuff on my own because just get the money on my own. I'm not going to call that much work because you see who I already got spit in the face already, even though by people that have supported by you, and I was like, you know what? I need to put myself in a position where I can see the results of my investment.
Care Bear Galactic.
So I want to put myself in a position where no nigga can catch me lacking like that. Nope. Not me. Just got me there for 10 seconds. It's doing too much.
What? I clicked the wrong thing. Finish listening to it.
That, or it's hidden from us. I wonder why it's hidden from the part
it's
because
not-
CNN edits it out.
It's the part that gives them the right to say unprovoked.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right, when you violate the Minsk agreements and you move on towards Crimea, or you move toward and you're continuing shelling in the Donbass region, that's a violation of the Minsk agreements, right?
Yes.
So, again, to cut that out and to selectively edit that is a huge disservice to your viewers. And this is why people don't trust the media. I mean, again,
Sure. He goes on to talk about all the things that CNN continues to peddle as propaganda. It's interesting that in the second piece we showed you last night, they do at least air the part where he's saying, well, China, you have it all wrong. And he's like, this is bollocks. You are just peddling your own propaganda. And CNN, at the very least, let him say those things, although I find it super annoying how the host just chuckles about it all the time. Like, oh, ha ha, avuncular old dude is, teaching me.
What you said?
Oh no, I'm playing myself right now.
Okay, hold on.
Roger, I love your music. You're gonna stick it to me again, Roger. You're saying that crazy Joe Biden's a war criminal. He is. When you send troops into Somalia, when you send troops into Syria, and you continue these endless proxy wars, you are a war criminal.
Sure.
I know it's hard to swallow. It's absolutely the case that Joe Biden is a war criminal.
I mean, in the context of the story we did last week about CNN not making $1 billion in 1 year for the first time in 14 years, right? And CNN scratching its head on like, why people don't understand. Why don't people want to watch us? Like, literally, everything Roger Waters said in that interview are what you can fix. Right? It's like mission statement. Stop peddling this propaganda. Stop repeating what the administration says. Stop standing for war. Stop standing against, for vaccine mandates. All of these things, right? That CNN just unquestionably goes along with.
And this week, I don't know if you saw it this weekend.
Well, I was just going to say, how did they get the unedited version? Did CNN air the whole thing and then the producers took it and cut it, or was it posted online somewhere?
I think it was posted online, and then I don't know if they edited it later, because that feed, or maybe someone leaked it somehow. I'm not entirely sure, because that has no graphics on it, right? There's no B-roll over top. But B-roll is just like when they show the clips of the concert and stuff like that. There's nothing. It's clean. There's just nothing on it. There's no graphics or anything.
Someone got the raw.
Which leads me to believe somebody got a hold of this internally and released it. That's how. Or
I love that.
What happens is, a lot of times, you'll have these feeds that are being recorded in the CNN control centers at different spots around, CNN headquarters. And so there's many people rolling on it. There's a computer system that records this stuff. It's not that difficult to get into the wall to do this stuff.
Well, is that something a guest can do? Like, if Roger Waters like, sure, I will sit down with you, we'll have a conversation, but I want the uncut version just in case you guys put out, like, can he request that as an interview?
I've never heard someone do that. I'm sure he could have done something like that. If anything, he probably had, like, maybe one of his staff members sat there with, like, a phone, recording it or something.
But these are the official camera angles. This
Yeah.
is not somebody also recording. We saw that happen a lot with Trump. Instead, he would sit down for interviews and then also have like an intern filming with him because he had such distrust of the media and he wanted to make sure he got the unrelated versions.
I wonder why we have such distrust of the media. People mock him, like, oh, you're going to have your own cameras there because you're worried they're going to selectively edit you. What a conspiracy theory. And then, that's exactly what would happen. Let's selectively edit the guy. And you see it here, CNN trying to rebuild its credibility. That's what they've been trying to do. And here's a perfect example of how you lose credibility. Right there. You're selectively editing out a major piece of the context about why he believes that Biden's a war criminal and why Zelensky wasn't pushing for peace and why we could end this needless war in Ukraine. I was going to make the quick point about Dick Cheney this weekend, speaking of CNN and MSNBC. I don't know if you saw this weekend, Dick Cheney came out and a new ad that he's in support of Liz Cheney running for Senate. He slams President Trump. He slams President Trump and calls him a coward, right? And so CNN ran with it. Can you and MSNBC ran with it? Can you imagine a time, for years, Dick Cheney to CNN was the ultimate war criminal. He was like Darth Vader himself, right? Yeah. He was the worst of the worst of the worst. He was the poster child for why you should elect a Democrat over Republicans because you don't want Dick Cheney in charge, right? He was, the commander-in-chief for all intents and purposes. And so this weekend he calls Trump a coward, and that's all it took for CNN to somehow normalize the guy. And now, we love Dick Cheney apparently on CNN and MSNBC. Like, Dick Cheney, let's,
the voice of reason now.
The voice of reason. The guy that shoots his friend in the face.
It reminds me of Jim Gaffigan, where he's like, they're like, hey, there's a birthday party in the break room. He's like, it's Jim. I don't really know Jim. There's a bunch of people. I don't want to be around people. He's like, well, there's cake. Well, I should say hello.
He was like Darth Vader.
That is very exhausting, those shifting loyalties, I will say.
So that is our friend Roger Waters.
Let's see what's on the news, guys, for a little bit. This can keep me up, and this also gives us some stuff to talk about. Wow. The guy says that Oh wow. Roger Waters uncut the full interview with Michaels from what recorded. Ooh. Someone put out the whole interview. Oh man. Oh man. We're gonna be up for about half an hour more, guys. I wanna listen to this interview. Show you how the media lies. They put this whole shit out there. Uh-oh.
Oh! All set? So what's it like to tour on, we hope, the heels of a pandemic?
Well, it's a huge relief.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go out in July 2020, and now we've gone out in July 2023. So it was a long way, but it's great now. The pandemic thing is an interesting question, but probably not something that we really need to get into now.
Wait, hold on. Do tell. Give me the short version.
Well, the motivations of the people who made the decisions about how to deal with the pandemic, particularly in the United States of America, were based on on the thing that everything's based on, which is bottom line and profit and all of that, and not based upon the needs of the people. Which is why there's 1 million dead, and in China there's about half a dozen.
But we can never trust their numbers, right? I mean, we have no idea.
Oh, bollocks.
How many?
Don't give me the old Russian-Chinese propaganda nonsense.
You believe whatever the Chinese would tell you in terms of the death count?
I believe whatever people who are neutral will tell me about what's going on. Where can you find news? And don't tell me you have proper news on CNN.
From me.
Okay.
Come on, I'm balanced.
Well, how would you know? Where do you get your information?
Roger, I don't talk for a living. By the way, I've missed you. I can tell already. Holy crap. I read for a living. I don't talk for a living. All I do is consume news. And my whole mantra is you got to change the channel and mix up your news diet or you're not getting a straight story.
Well, good for you. And good luck with that theory. If you're going to spend all your time sitting around reading what comes out of Fox and the New York Times and the Washington Post and all that other crap that's out there in the mainstream, followed recently by Rolling Stone, who no longer want to cover proper stories. They won't speak to me.
Why not?
Oh, because they don't deal with legacy acts anymore, I'm told by some new bloke.
Wait, legacy acts that are putting 20,000 fannies in seats a night?
Yeah, those sort of legacy acts. No, they're not interested in it. Actually, I think it might have something more to do with my activism than my role in the music.
Can we get to that?
Of course.
All right. So here's the quote, as I understand, that begins the show. If you're one of those, I love Pink Floyd, but I can't stand Roger Waters' politics, you might do well to F off to the bar right now. At the outset of the show?
Yeah.
Because
it's a really good way to start the show. But apart from anything else, it sets a few things straight.
Namely?
Also it encourages a lot of the people who have come to the show, because they have listened to everything I've written since 1965 or whenever I started writing songs, so they do know what my politics are, and they do understand where my heart is, and they understand sort of why I'm there. But maybe it also gives a message to people who don't want to be there, in which case them effing off to the bar is probably not a bad idea. Except that you never know. Those people, if they sit in a community like my audiences on these shows of This Is Not a Drill on this tour, there is such a great feeling of communication in that room between me and the audience, and between us combined with all our brothers and sisters all over the rest of the world, irrespective of who they are, where they live, their ethnicity, their religion, their nationality, or anything else. Because if This Is Not a Drill has a message, it is that we have to communicate one with the other. And I'm not talking about Tucker Carlson. I have no interest in communicating communicating with him. Or Rich Lombard, or he's dead now, so I can't. I think he's dead now. But I take your point about reading everything, but if I read everything and I read all that rubbish that they speak, I wouldn't have time to do anything else.
To the guy who says, shut the F up, play the hits, do you want him, as long as he doesn't shout it out, do you want him in the arena?
I don't not want him there, as long as he doesn't annoy the people who do understand what's going on in the arena. I'm happy for him.
But I'm saying, like, do I have to buy in? Does a person in the crowd have to buy in to the message? You know what I'm thinking of? You scolded me a couple of years.
Arnold Robinson. What's going on? Actually, I should have a Joy-Con Boys stream. I want to figure out what's going on with the Joy-Con Boys themselves. We had one of the real Joy-Con Boys in here not too long ago, aka Ninja, but I'm gonna hit him up tomorrow. I'm over here listening to Roger Walters' interview uncut on CNN, so I can get the full context on what's going on. Let me check my messages. One second. Oh, Ninja, what up?
EMPX Ninja Matic donated $5.
Ninja Matic. What's going on, man? I'm glad you're here. We listened to the Roger Walters interview. Hold on. Come on, stupid computer. Don't move. Don't move. Oh, she just got home? Okay. What? Where is Olivia? Just got home. Okay. Let's go to. Wow. One second, guys. I'm gonna ask. Alethea just got home. I'm double checking to see if she saw the new Forever Summer video.
ago because
What?
yeah, because we were having this kind of a conversation.
Yeah.
There may have been a drink involved. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I raised a couple of political objections to you, and you said to me, "Hey, you haven't been paying attention because I'm the same guy with the same message I've always been."
Right. Okay. Well, and you didn't have a problem with that, did you?
Well, I've always loved the music.
Right.
Some of the messages I can buy into, and some I can't. Is this the freedom that comes with being?
I've only got one message. Two strangers passing in the street, by chance two passing glances meet, and I am you, and what I see is me. That is my message. And that was on Medal, which was in 1970. And basically, my message hasn't changed. I recognize your humanity, but I recognize all the Russians and the Chinese and the Ukrainians and the Yemenis and the Palestinians and the Germans and the French and the Spanish and the Ecuadorians and the Peruvians and the Colombians. Well done, by the way, Colombia. You've finally got a president who isn't in the pocket of United States of America businessmen, and maybe your people will start getting a fair shake. I love that. I think it's great. The inauguration, by the way, is on the 7th, which is in 2 days' time.
I thought the message was with, without, and who'll deny that's what the fighting's all about.
Well, that is part of the message, yeah, and thank you for remembering that lyric. And I still emphasize it in the middle of the song Us and Them. I would stop playing the bass at that point and gesticulate it because it's something that I think we need to, I want to spread that message. That is what the fighting is all about. You know.
Is this the freedom that comes from being untethered to a band? You don't have to worry about the three others and whether they're going to buy into this and you're going to offend them. Roger can be Roger.
Of course, that's why I left in 1985. That's why I should have really. I'm glad I didn't, because we did some fantastic work together after 1973 when we made Outside the Moon. We made Wish You Were Here, Animals, The Wall, and Final Cut.
Right.
Well, Final Cut not so much, but those three albums, however difficult it may have been, and however much we had diverged, and however much our motivation for staying under this deep Pink Floyd umbrella was to do with being frightened of not being under that umbrella. I don't know, but it is true that together the four of us made some great records doing that.
How do you feel about audiences today? Of course, you referenced The Wall. I remember the story of Montreal, how the genesis all began. It ended with some great music, but it began with a pretty twisted incident.
Well, it's only, that story is only about my desire to tell the truth, my truth, the truth about who I am, how I feel things need to be changed, why I quote Aldous Huxley, and George Orwell in this show that I'm doing now, because their warnings in their great novels, Brave New World in 1984 and Animal Farm, warnings about the dystopian future were very real when they made them, 1929, 1948. Not to forget your ex-president Dwight D. Eisenhower, who in his farewell address from the White House in 1960,
military-industrial complex.
Yeah, you're ahead of me, obviously, because you read a bit.
That's exactly right, and you criticize me because I read too much, according to you. Are you an equal opportunity offender?
You're trying to have a fight.
Huh? No. I just enjoy the discourse with you.
Yeah, well, good. So do I,
okay.
Michael.
Are you an equal opportunity offender on this tour? Here's why I ask. I remember the last tour. Of course, I came and watched. Very much, about Trump. And in the current show, you've got a montage of war criminals, according to you, and a picture apparently of President Biden on the screen, and it says, "Just getting started." What's that all about?
President Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Well, he's fueling the fire in the Ukraine for a start. That is a huge crime. Why won't the United States of America encourage Zelensky, or whatever his name is, the president, to negotiate and to explain why, when he stood on the platform of ratifying the Minsk agreements, which he did when he was elected by 73% of the Ukrainian population that was left able to vote. After that, somebody either whispered in his ear or he completely changed his mind about making peace in the Donbass and about solidifying the Minsk agreements and making peace with their Russian neighbors and obviating the need for this horrendous war that's killing.
You're blaming.
We don't know how many Ukrainians.
But you're blaming the party that got invaded. Come on, you've got it reversed.
Well, that's it. You know, any war, when did it start? What you need to do is look at the history, and you can say, well, it started on this day. You could say it started in 2008. Okay, it's basic. This war is basically about the action and reaction of NATO pushing right up to the Russian border, which they promised they wouldn't do when Gorbachev negotiated the withdrawal of the USSR from the whole of Eastern Europe. He said, we will do this on one condition, that you don't come 1 inch closer to the Russian border than the eastern borders of Germany. And you lot, if I may include you in it as an American, agreed to that and said, sure. And you
Are you
totally...
okay?
What?
Okay. Everything up until now is cool? Okay. Okay. Resume your rant, would you? Roger,
well,
honestly, I have to just...
I don't want to rant about anything.
Okay, but
we could have a quiet, gentle discussion about all this, and I would call upon lots of great Americans forward. Mearsheimer, John Mearsheimer, for instance. I don't know how much of his stuff you've read or watched.
Of course I read Walt and Mearsheimer. I read the book.
I'm not talking about the Walt Mearsheimer book. I'm talking about
yes.
everything that John Mearsheimer has said and done since 2004, which is going back, 18 years now. And he's been talking about the horrific danger of not standing by the American word in 1980.
I watched the famous Posner lecture at Yale, an hour address and an hour of Q&A that lays out this whole argument, okay? But still...
Then I don't have to tell you all this stuff, you know it already.
No, I do, but in the end...
Why doesn't the USA sue for peace now? Don't they care about Ukrainians?
But
why are they prolonging this war? It could be ended tomorrow. If Joe Biden stood up on his hind legs and said, let's put a stop to this, it would end tomorrow.
I don't know.
No
would it end with Putin taking the Donbass and everything he wants in eastern Ukraine? You have to criticize Putin before we move on.
What about the people who live in the Donbass?
I have relatives. I have relatives in the Donbass.
Listen, after the illegal USA-inspired coup in 2014 that put out the democratically elected government of the Ukraine, the Russians were completely clear about how they felt about that.
You're giving them a pass. I have to say it. I mean, if I don't call you out on this, I'd be disappointed later to watch the tape.
Do you know the tape is only going to be 4 minutes long?
I hope this is in it.
And you've already told me that. So this is just us having a chat over a beer. This doesn't affect anything. Where's the clickbait? Come on, that's what we're talking about. So I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, because I know you're a serious journalist, because I've spoken to you before.
Yeah.
And you helped me out with the story in Miami when somebody in the Israeli lobby community in Miami wouldn't let a bunch of school children sing their hearts out on stage with me when I was doing
I remember that night.
Yes, so do I.
I remember that night.
So thank you for that.
Let me ask about the show. Let's talk about the show. You got a lot of choices. How do you approach it? How do you decide? What are you going to play?
Well, it's always a bit of a balancing act, because I'm realist enough to know that a lot of the people who are going to, and people don't have money to buy tickets for their shows. I mean, the economy, not just in this
$5,000 for Springsteen seats?
Well, I don't know about that.
That sells
obviously the whole
$5,000
scalping
tickets.
business.
US, that's
Bruce
crazy.
doesn't charge $5,000 for tickets, does doesn't.
Oh, he doesn't?
That's what some people, a handful, paid, and it was due, they say, to surge pricing, and it was the market determining that.
Oh, neoliberal capitalism! What a surprise!
The vast majority of people were not paying that.
You've shocked me now.
Tell me how you decide. What are you going to do?
I know what our cheapest seat is in the nosebleeds. It's $35. I've no idea what seats down the front are there.
I think $1.75 because I bought mine.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you didn't buy them down the front because it's a hell of a long way up to
Right.
go. But the show is worth every penny. This show is really good.
Tell me why.
Well, one of the reasons is I wanted to answer your question about how you decide.
Yeah,
but,
please.
Well, there are a lot of people who, and that's why in the show, for instance, there's two reasons why the whole of the second half of Dark Side of the Moon is running consecutively. So it runs from Money to the end of Eclipse. And for the first time I've put Any Colour You Like in there. Sort of because it's this really interesting chunk of musical history, the second side of that. And also we do almost the whole of the second side of Bush of the Year too. So there's two big chunks and the rest
Kyle
of it is
Zero
solo
More
work.
had donated $25. Early happy birthday, Niall.
Oh, Kyle just donated 25 to you. Thank you, Kyle. All praise be to y'all. Actually, I said it first. And then thank you, Kyle. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You know, you make a ugly face like when you do that. But, you know, I can't deal with my wife when she's high. When she's high, it's like, you ever seen some of these crazy Muppets? that's her. At least I admit I'm a crazy Muppet.
You don't appreciate my life.
I don't appreciate your lights. See this crazy shit? She's talking about me not appreciating her lights. What? The lights. Big shout outs to Kyle Moore. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. At this rate, now his birthday will be secured. And also get out of this damn month. But let us continue.
Admire.
And sheep.
Yeah, sheep. Sorry, yeah, you're right. Sheep ends the first part. Yeah. Sheep is my, you'll see when you go to the show that I talk about sheep in the same, I say that this is my homage to George Orwell and to all the cycle, as I said before, by the end of this show. And it is. And I'm sort of, not casual enough, or brave enough, but sort of like I am with you, open, very,
Right.
very open enough to say that as when Huxley wrote Brave New World in 1929 and Orwell wrote 1984 and 1948, Eisenhower 61. Well, I wrote Sheep in 1977, and I was right to warn us about the coming dystopia when I wrote Sheep, in the same way that those great authors were right to try and warn us in their work about what can happen if we, the people, let go of the reins and let it fall into the hands of, as Eisenhower said, the Pentagon, or unfettered capitalism, because the end result is the same. It's the same thing. All the power drifts into where the money is, and that's where the power resides in this country right now. Happily, there are countries in the world where all the power doesn't reside, but we, the people, have to stick together to try and make sure that we encourage the possibility of the people having some power.
I'm reminded that for you to go on tour is not just to play the music. Like, this is an opportunity to take a soapbox from city to city to city. And for you, I think that's part of the motivation. That's what keeps you doing it. Fair?
Do you know why I do it?
Tell me.
My mother, when I was 13 years old, and stop me if I've told you this story before, I was struggling with something or other, as 13-year-olds do. Maybe it was mortality, but anyway, it probably wasn't. And what my mother said to me, she said, you're going to have to struggle with stuff all through your life. Difficult questions will come up. When they do, here's my advice. I want you to read everything you can about whatever it is that blah 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 that you're thinking about. All the research, if you can, look at it from all perspectives. Your advice to me about half an hour ago.
Yep.
Right, look at it also. When you've done that, Roger, she said, you will have done all the heavy lifting. Everything difficult has then been done. I went, yeah, what, how, why? She said, well, the next bit's easy. And I said, well, what is the next bit? She said, do the right thing. What a great piece of advice for a kid. I would give that advice to any human being, particularly in the beginnings of their adolescence, because it's a huge lesson to them. Well, me being on this tour is me doing the right thing. That's what I'm motivated by. I remember she's been dead for 15 years or so, but I'll never ever forget that.
It's a great story. Finally, from a review of your Boston show, this is from the foreword, which bills itself as Jewish, independent, and nonprofit. Quote, so can you fully enjoy Waters' work if you do not agree with his positions? For me, says the author, the answer is yes. In the concert, there was a high percentage of content, musical, visual, and political, where we were all on the same page, as were, I'm guessing, the nearly 20,000 in attendance. I guess that's what it's all about, right?
I'm very glad that he or she, was it? He says that, because that shows that we're making some progress, you know, and however difficult, it's like my mum, however difficult it is, the trick is to, and this is part of my work, right, because particularly within the context of the whole Israel-Palestine thing, right, which some Jewish people have a problem with and others don't, but we all think about whether we're Jewish or not. We always come back, or I always come back, to this tiny, tiny platform, except it isn't, which is Paris 1948 and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Either you subscribe to the 30 articles of that declaration, or you don't. You cannot cherry pick. You can't have it your own way. You have to say either this is about all of us, all our brothers and sisters, irrespective of ethnicity or religion or nationality, or it isn't. But you can't cherry pick. You can't say, well, we deserve human rights, but they don't. That is called being supremacist. And there's religious supremacy and you know, skin colour based supremacy and political supremacy and this. Well, so that's a very important document. Partly, as we know, written by Eleanor Roosevelt, I believe, had a huge amount to do with the wording of that declaration. I can't remember where I got started on this, but it's a very small platform. So the guy who wrote that article in the Jewish Independent paper, thank you, sir, for being the forward, for saying that about the show, and I'm really glad to hear that you feel that way. But I will stand on that platform until the day I die, and if I live to be the age of Methuselah, I would still be standing on 1948 Paris. And I stand on that platform with all my brothers and sisters all over the world, irrespective of all the things that I've said. And there are billions of them in the South, in the poor world, in the Third World, who have been trampled on for the last 500 years since we Europeans started spreading over the world and trying to steal everything from them, which is what we've been doing, including here in the United States. This is not taught in your schools, obviously.
when you say this, then I have to say, what about our role as liberators? You of all people,
You have no role as liberators.
World War II. World War II.
You got into World War
lost your
II because
father.
it's
Come
Pearl
on.
Harbor. Pearl Harbor. You were completely isolationist until that sad, that devastating,
I would argue
awful
we were
day
always
in,
going to
in
get in, and that
1941.
pushed us in. But thank God the United States got in, right?
Well,
you lost your father in World War II. Thank God the United States,
but
right?
thank God the Russians had already won the bloody war almost by then. Don't forget that 23 million Russians died protecting you and me from the Nazi menace.
Hey, and you would think the Russians would have learned their lesson from war and wouldn't have invaded Ukraine.
Well, you,
Fair?
with all your reading, I would suggest to you, Michael, that you go away and read a bit more and then try and figure out what the United States would do if the Chinese were putting nuclear-armed missiles into Mexico and Canada.
The Chinese are too busy encircling Taiwan as we speak.
They're not encircling Taiwan. Taiwan is part of China, and that's been absolutely accepted by the whole of the international community since 1948. And if you don't know that, you're not reading enough. Go and read about it.
Okay, did we solve anything here today?
Yeah, we did. Well, I mean, no, we didn't.
I mean,
Because you're believing your propaganda, your side's propaganda.
You're defining
but
it as
Taiwan, you can't have a conversation about human rights, and you can't have a conversation about Taiwan without actually doing the reading.
Roger, if you're having a conversation about human rights, at the top of the list of offenders are the Chinese. Why is it always the Western
It's
world?
the top of
Why-
your list.
Why is it
The
always
Chinese
Western
didn't
world?
invade Iraq and kill 1 million people in 2000.
Got 'em!
In fact, as far as I can recall, hang on a minute, who have the Chinese invaded and murdered, slaughtered? in
Their own.
bollocks. That's absolute nonsense. Complete nonsense. You should go away and read, but read some proper.
Hey, my problem is I spend too much time reading your liner notes, okay? Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. All right. Oh my God. Such a troublemaker.
Please don't call me that.
What?
My God. It is a joke.
I think you give fits to the people who are with you. Those two, and Kate and Fran in particular. Oh shit, how much longer is this going to go?
Why? Why would they give him fits? I only speak the truth. It's like, I met Clinton once. Have I told you?
No, tell me.
It was a charity do.
All right. That's pretty much the end of the interview. There's a little bit more, but it's not really talking about anything else. But Roger Waters kept it real as shit. All right, guys. It's about 12:24 Wednesday night. A lot of you guys are actually sleeping right now. Should have actually came on the stream earlier. I'm gonna get me some rest tonight, and I'm gonna come back. There's a lot of things I want to talk about. It doesn't make sense me bringing it up tonight because there's nobody awake for it. So I'm going to do it tomorrow in the afternoon. Then Empress Now would be on, she'll do a little stream or whatever. Later on at night, we're going to do a birthday thing and get everything back in order. This was a crazy July. Anime Confest was very successful. Shit blew up. Let me grab this thing for you guys right here. Let me grab this link. For those who just joined us, I want you guys to go check out this link. Leave a comment what you guys think about it. It's the promotion for Anime Yado's anime getaway. The Valkyries are going to be going there. They're going to have a couple of contests, etc., etc., etc. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. We'll go over. I'm going to ask you guys some questions like what are some things that the Valkyries can do to add to the actual event, that sort of thing. And yeah, we'll enjoy ourselves tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming in for this short stream. I only wanted to do about 45 minutes to an hour. We end up doing what? 2 hours on the dot. 49 seconds and rolling. But I'm going to call it tonight because as you can see I'm falling asleep on you guys. So I'll check you guys tomorrow. A little bit after 12 noon, around 1 o'clock. You'll see me back on. We'll have some games running because I can get back to Switch. Alright guys, take care, man. I love you. Doom, 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 doom. Big shout outs to the donators tonight. Shout out to Ninjamatic. Shout out to the Black Dragon of Arcadia. Actually, he donated first. He donated earlier in the day. Big shout outs to Kyle Moore and the double up on Noah Solus Radio. I really appreciate the birthday gifts, donations for Empress now. I think we'll make that her goal for next week, and we'll have a nice little time with her next week. All right. Till then, guys. Peace.